Welcome to Road to Redline, the #1 Porsche and car podcast celebrating the people and the stories behind the world's finest sports cars. Road to Redline is presented by YouTuber and magazine editor Lee Sibley, serial owner and columnist Joe Williams, and 993 owner Andy Brooks. Three enthusiasts on a mission to open doors and bring you the best stories, secrets, and exclusives from the world of Porsche. Are we actually?
We're rolling.
Yeah, okay. I'm in.
Right, guys, I think we've made the cardinal sin of getting up for dinner and then trying to record a podcast.
Yeah, it's not working, is it?
I think Andy's half asleep. I think his Thai hangover's kicked in already.
So we've been out and about this weekend then?
We have indeed.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
It's been great, yeah.
Lots of travelling.
Yeah. Andy, want to talk about your car? Because I feel
what about
like
it?
Are we going straight into that?
Yeah, shall we? Or should
I thought we
we
were going to talk
leave
about our
it?
travels, but we...
Oh, no, yeah, go on, let's do that then.
We can do that if you
100%.
like.
Travels first then.
Yeah, where have we been? Well, you went away early, Joe, and then Andy and I followed up a little bit later on.
Yeah, that's it. Oh. Right, okay.
You still had it queued up.
Excellent. So we need to explain to the listeners why we are digging the Rainbow soundtrack.
Let's go back to Andy's car.
Let's go back to Andy's car, yeah.
I've had a lot of different people saying different... What was your inspiration for that?
Bungle is the answer.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of bungle.
No, mate, no. I love it, mate, and I said that from the start. It's very different and I like it. And I mean that positively. You know when somebody will go, it's different, and you just think, you knobhead.
Yeah.
No, but I like it, and I think it follows similar vein to genuinely what Magnus Walker did with his 993, just where you rewrite the rule book on what you think a 993 should look like. So
Austin
I like it, mate.
Powers.
Yeah, big
Austin
time.
Powers.
Yeah, I do. Because obviously we're
Playmobil machine.
We're
What
referring
else is
to
there?
the stripes down the side, aren't we?
Yeah.
The front end though. Awesome. I've never seen another 993 that looks like that. It's kind of got that more chiseled look of like an RS turbo style.
Yeah.
Have you
Those
put the
grill
splitter
things.
back on yet?
Yeah, well, that's no, it's in the back of my Audi outside at the moment.
It was back on for Simply Porsche.
It was, yeah.
Oh, very
But
good.
I'm doing modifications to it. Yeah, there was a big story on that one, wasn't
Well, I
there?
think the difference between three numpties doing Road to Redline versus a manufacturer is when we're fettling with cars and making modifications, we don't have wind tunnels, so we can't test things. So
is it.
you had to do your due diligence on the A34.
Yeah, and then it fell off. Yeah.
It did. And do you know what as well? Because as we said at the top of the pod, Joe, you went up with a couple of people a few hours early, didn't you, to do a bit of sightseeing and whatnot. Andy and I had to do a day's work.
we did the sightseeing to make sure the pub was okay.
Yeah, exactly. Down the boozer. Andy and I, we did a day's work and then we went up afterwards and convoying along with you. I think I was behind for a little bit and then I thought, okay, we'll overtake. And I've pulled up.
Thankfully.
This is it. Yeah, you want to be ahead at least, or at least level in that scenario. But as I pulled up to you, I had this almighty kind of, it was like a screeching sound. Yeah. And this obviously, we've had a look at your car and marvelled with it, myself, Paul and you. And I couldn't work out what it was. So, as I say, thought best to get ahead at that point. Looked to my rearview mirror and I could just see under your car, something was flapping away, big time. And then you just went from whatever speed down to nothing.
Well, luckily there was
in.
a car parking spot halfway up the A34 right at the perfect time.
Thank God for those pull-ins every half a mile, by the way. Yeah.
So I pulled in. As I pulled in, the splitter came off the front of the car.
Gave way. So you realise at a certain speed it didn't quite have its
aerodynamic
I think what it does,
efficiencies. Because it's only like a 6 mil or so thick piece of ABS.
Yeah.
And there was airflow top and bottom, so it was just acting like a little wing, and I think it was panting.
Yeah.
Which then probably loosened all the screws, and hence why it came off. But yeah, it came off, but it's all back on. Well, it was back on for Sunday.
Mate, awesome to be fair.
And a bit of sticky tape and stuff.
I have to say, Paul in the 959 was gone. He was, I think, well on course for Mach 1 at that point.
Yeah.
obviously I pulled in with you at this lay-by up the A34, and as I've kind of looked in my rearview mirror and saw you kind of step out your 993 and like gallantly start running up the A34 in search of this splitter, I just sat there and I thought, do you know, it's just brilliant to be back out again. You know, like lockdown's lifted and just we're getting up to all this like silly stuff all over again. It was awesome. But in all fairness, like I say, the front of your car, mate, I think it's bang on.
Yeah, it's just the sides you're not so sure
No,
about.
like I say, honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it one little bit, and I like the fact it's different.
It's an all-inclusive pod, so you're okay.
It is an all-inclusive pod, yeah. So what I didn't understand, which you had to explain, was the like thesis behind why you went for that. Because was it like a 90s?
There was
it's a 90s reference, isn't it?
No, it's not actually. It was a. There's a little white Targa over in the US. That's, I think it's the Acton crew. I think they're like a little body, like a Porsche shop of some sort, and they've got a little white Targa, G-body Targa, and it's got some stripes on it. They're red, orange, and yellow.
Yeah,
and it just makes that car look fun and like cool. Where it's just a normal Targa otherwise. It's just on Fuchs.
Was it down the middle? Because
just on the side, on the bottom of the doors.
Yeah.
And I thought that's really cool. Kind of like it's just sort of fresh and interesting. Makes a sort of otherwise boring car quite a cool car,
like visually exciting. In the 70s, Porsche did like they were called safety stripes, and there were 3 of them going down the bonnet, like from the windscreen to the front, and then in the front obviously it had in big letters like 911 because they were super original. But I don't know if like they've taken some sort of design inspiration from that, and then you've taken
I don't know where
from them, or
I don't know where they got their inspiration from.
Okay, yeah.
Then I saw a Radwood hat. There's a car show, well, loads of car shows over in the US by a group of guys called Radwood, and it's all like 80s and 90s things. So it's real sort of real revival of that sort of car. I mean, people go out there and they buy something from the 80s and 90s and hop it up a little bit to go specifically to that show.
Yeah, awesome.
And they've got a peak cap that's got Radwood on it, and then 3 stripes underneath with a little kick up. So, and then I thought, I could do that with the shark fin on the side of the 993.
Yeah,
well, that looked quite cool.
Yeah. So did you sketch it out first of all, or have you got some whiz on a computer?
No,
or?
I sketched it all out.
Okay,
on, Corel Draw.
Yeah.
And then thought I'll add a little bit to the back as well.
Yeah.
Give it some extra bit of, and there it is.
So you said at the top of the pod, like the feedback, you've had a lot of feedback.
Yeah, all pretty positive, to be honest.
Excellent.
Yeah, apart from Joe calling it a rainbow. I think Joe's the only one that dislikes it.
I haven't said I dislike it.
Which, like, why do you? I don't know what it is. It just reminds me of the start of Rainbow. It just
got Iberia Airways as one. Was that my inspiration?
Who's even heard of that?
Yeah. I think is that Spanish airline, I think.
One of those.
There's a local company called Easy Riders that are down at Sandbanks, and they've got a surfing set up.
Yeah, maybe that's where I've seen it before.
So there was that.
They got similar colour scheme.
So somebody asked me if it was that Playmobil car.
Oh, okay.
Rainbow. So yeah, been all sorts.
It's been a
It
few.
looks a little bit Hot Wheelsy kind of.
Yeah, I have that. I've had that as well. Is it Hot Wheels? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's fantastic. To be fair, I love.
So are you coming out next week, or are you?
No, staying. I'm staying heterosexual. It's not the colours of the rainbow. It's oranges. 3 different oranges.
Yeah.
You can call it whatever you like.
So the front of the car, you've obviously been a real advocate. And I'm sorry to keep going on about this, but I just want to kind of drill down into it. I think, as I say, it's really interesting. I've not seen a 993 like it. So you were a real advocate for the yellow headlights. So you've ditched them. You've smoked the headlights, but you've retained some sort of yellow element. There was something I saw.
Yellow bulbs?
Yellow bulbs, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like the like what Justin's done on his 996, where he's like painted inside.
No,
I don't even know if that's a thing on 993.
Yeah, no, I've gone just for yellow bulbs for the high and low beams.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they reflect off the reflectors, so you get that. You see a little bit of yellow tinge now and again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I saw something again when you were pulling over. I saw something, so I thought, okay, he's smoked those, but and then so like the front of that car generally, how did that come around? Because as I say, that's a really
I've always thought the 993 is pretty soft looking.
Yeah,
like the basic Carrera looks
but
really soft.
It is, but a lot of people then get turbo bumper
Yes.
or some sort of
I'm not
aftermarket
that
thing.
I'm not that enamoured with the turbo bumper. I find it a bit like the 996 interior is a bit Ford Granada.
Okay, yeah. God almighty, yeah.
Getting him back in, isn't it?
Yeah. I think
So I find it a bit bubbly.
Yeah, okay.
Wanted something a bit more, not edgy, but something that, it's got a bit of chin to it. Mm-hmm. And I really like those Tech Art ones. I don't like the RS ones. I find those a bit strange where they come up at an angle.
Yeah, okay.
And then you've got the other ones that have got little winglets and stuff, and it's all a bit fussy. So I found these Tech Art ones, which I can't remember how I found them, but there's not too many sets around. But Porsche actually sell them still now today. Even though,
what, Porsche sells?
Yeah,
the Tech
that's
Art
where I got
bits?
them from,
Wow.
Porsche Bournemouth.
Yeah, okay.
That was the cheapest place I could buy them. Everywhere I was looking was like 500, 600 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Porsche Bournemouth was 394, I think, for the pair.
Awesome.
That was
Absolutely awesome.
with a bit of 10% discount on the Porsche
Classic
Club.
scheme, yeah.
So got those from them. They were even marked 1994, I think. So that's when they were made. So how many sets have they got?
New old stock.
New old
Yeah,
stock.
mad, isn't it?
Awesome.
Amazing what you can get. So whenever anybody says, where do you get that part? Actually go back to Porsche and you'll be surprised
what you
pretty
can
much what you can get. Then the front grille section is something that I saw in a cup car picture. Somebody was posting some old pictures of 993 cup cars, and I saw that front grille. Rang up Roof, try and find out if it was them, because it sort of had their look about it.
I've seen it on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like your disaster.
And then somebody, I can't remember who it was, said it was a Tech Art part. So I rang up Tech Art.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, yeah, we can get those. But then he later emailed me to say that he couldn't get them and that they'd been out of production for many years. But Greg, who's GWS something or other on Instagram, he's got the blue 993. He found them, of all places, on eBay. Some Polish guy had like 20 of them stacked in a warehouse somewhere in Poland.
Love an eBay
So
find.
yeah, got it off of eBay.
Awesome. So I think all of it works. It's absolutely bang on. But you wanted something to join the corners of the front bumper, essentially. So that was completely fabricated.
That's
that
the
front
bit
splitter, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the removable part.
Yeah. The removable
Wind.
part, yeah.
Self-removable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been working on that. I got a fix for that. So I think it was definitely where it was just panting in the middle.
Yeah.
But that'll be sorted now, so it won't fall off again.
Awesome, mate. I mean, you've been keeping it under your hat for a while as to what you were doing with that car, because every time we'd be like, oh, Andy, not seen your 993 for a while, and you're always like really shady and shifty and
It's in the
whatnot.
garage and bits.
Garage and bits.
Has plans going on, so happy days, I'm sure.
Yeah, so it's all come together well.
Yeah.
Pleased with those wheels as well. They look really good. Though I want more tyre on there.
Yeah.
Jay, who I bought the wheels and tyres off, he had some like quite stretched ones on there for a 964. So they're fine at the moment because I haven't got my arches like rolled yet. So, but once I've got those rolled and suspension set up, I'll be getting some Michelins on there with a bit more beef to them.
Yeah.
So I think that'll improve the look even further.
Pucker job, mate. Absolutely happy days.
Nice one.
Absolutely happy
car
days.
update.
Yeah, no, it's mega, wasn't it? Absolutely mega.
Yeah.
And I have to say, how nice was it to just be out and about again at the weekend? We all went up to Bicester Scramble, which is why, obviously, Andy, you had your little pit stop on the A34 to retrieve your
We
splitter.
even had a little overnight stop, didn't we?
Yeah, good old Molly's.
Stopped over at Molly's, which was great.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep that one quiet so it doesn't get booked up? Should we cut that bit out?
It was nice. We'll sit around a table in the evening, share a beer and a bit of dinner and whatnot, and just catch up, without Zoom.
Yes,
It was just absolutely marvellous. And even at the show at Bicester, there were some people we bumped into. I don't know about you guys. I've genuinely not seen them in 18 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's just so much lost time.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a big chunk of time, isn't it? I think you forget. It feels, sometimes it feels like it's not been that long, and then you sort of go, bloody hell, it's a year and a half.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
It's a really long time.
Yeah.
Definitely felt, a glimmer back to normality.
Definitely.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. I love where we managed to park.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
How good was that?
Outside the big hangar.
You, Andy, to be fair, there were 6 of us.
Yeah.
Six chaps, weren't there?
Yeah.
And all kind of following the AA signs to get into Bicester, and then you peeled off.
I thought I knew better.
Yeah. Well, I remember thinking, where's Andy going? And you have got a knack for it, because when we were, obviously we left a bit later than you, Joe, that day, but we were battling from my house through kind of downtown traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
And you turned off, and then about a mile up the road, he cuts back out ahead of me. And I'm like, how the hell does he know this area better than me? So yeah, you have got a knack for it. But you disappeared, and then you called me as we were literally going into Bicester, saying, where are you? And I said, well, we've just followed the AA signs. We're literally in now. And
we were. I mean, to start with, the guy was trying to wave us into the general back car park for, don't know, not even interesting cars, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, what? It's like in with the Range Rovers and stuff.
Literally, yeah. It was sort of waving us into the day parking, and then I think we sort of skipped through into the pre-90s.
Was that you on the lead?
Well, we were in the infield of the racetrack, weren't we? That was the first bit we got to.
Yeah, well, yeah, but apart from obviously we had to get past this chap who was trying to push us into this other bit.
Yeah.
How did you do it? You just passed your way through?
I think we managed to go for the sort of the pre-90 bit, and then I think Phil and Lee just went for it, and he was sort of waving his arms, going, come back. Yeah, plumes of dust coming out, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. I was on the phone to you, Andy, at the time, because that was when Andy was gloating that he'd already got in and was out his car, before we'd parked up. And we just got onto the infield, because I remember you saying, Andy, where are you? And I was like, well, we seem to be on the infield of their little track they've got at Bicester. And then we parked up, obviously, next to you, Joe, so you're 964. That's pre-90 just, isn't it?
It is 1990, so you could say not.
Yeah, well, you're in.
Yeah.
And then Chuck was an 81 SC, he's comfortably in. Phil 2018 GTS or whatever it is.
Covered in pollen.
Yeah, probably won't get in. And then my car. But as soon as we've kind of rocked up, and we clearly shouldn't have been parking where we were, and this steward storming towards us, and we were all kind of a bit like resigned, like, okay, look, fair enough, fair cop, we'll just go back to like the normal parking. And he said, you can't park here. You got
to park over there.
This is for pre-90 cars only. You'll have to go over there. And then like he radioed through to his colleague, who started moving a load of cones and was ushering us into this like concrete concourse area in front of this hangar. Yeah. It was literally like the best place to be, in my opinion, of like the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
And we were just like, how on earth? Yeah, this is it. And then obviously, Andy, you rocked up and managed to shimmy your car over as well.
I just thought I'd go and get it from the car park and sneak in. I don't know how I snuck in with those stripes.
It was one of those things. And to be fair, as soon as we got there, we all jumped out the cars and we basically said, let's move away from these cars as quickly as possible, because if you're not near your car, nobody can tell you to move it, so one absolute touch of luck there. Do you know what I mean? That was spot on.
Yeah, it's nice.
It made the day for me, really, to be there. But it was I feel, don't know what you boys think to it, but I kind of felt like it was a little bit flat actually at Scramble on the Saturday. Couldn't quite put my finger on it.
It's my first time. I've not been to Scramble before.
What do you think of like the whole Bicester Heritage setup then?
Yeah, I was slightly disappointed that as many of the units were shut up as they were. Yeah. There was a handful that were open, and but most of them were shut. I thought there might be more. I'm surprised they don't.
Yeah, there should have been more effort on that side, I think.
I think if you're in the automotive world and you're working in that space, you think the Scramble would be a great time to open your doors. So I was hoping to have seen a bit more. I'm assuming there's some really interesting engineering shops and tuning places and all sorts of other stuff there. And a lot of it was just shut, which I thought was a bit surprising.
There was a severe lack of cars in the centre area. And it was.
They were quite well spread out, weren't they? And they were sort of parked on verges here, there, and everywhere. But it just
I understand COVID, so you can have less people, but you don't have to socially distance cars. And the whole point of Scramble is it's a mixture.
Yeah.
So everything's in there, and I just felt it was a bit of a shame to have like the public car park section so far removed from maybe like more of the corporate curated side of things in the village.
They need to kind of pull the two together. It felt very cut off.
Definitely.
Yeah, you sort of did one or the other.
Yeah.
That said, if you walk around the public car park, there was loads of really cool cars.
I thought that was where all the action was.
Yeah.
100%. That was where all the enthusiasts were hanging out. And
the only thing that was good in the middle, obviously you've got
Sports Purpose.
Sports Purpose.
The main.
Opposite there, I managed to get an oat milk cappuccino.
I
made my day.
You'd say the coffee as well. I knew you'd say the coffee. That's awesome.
If you can sniff one of those out. we did. I think we tried a couple of supposed barista vans. And, quickly declined. I was dead chuffed. So that was a result. But you said talk about shut up units. I mean, I think Singer have got a unit there, and there was a DLS snuck in there, and that was all shut up.
I thought that was almost a bit of genius, because it was a pure white room with a white DLS stuck in it.
Initially, I thought it might have been. I think it's just bloody laziness. Come on, that should have been out.
Should have been open, yeah.
Of course it could. It should have been open. I mean, fine, you can rope it off if you want to make it all fancy, but at the end of the day, it's a car. Yeah, and there was lots of cars of similar elements.
But I thought it was quite cool that it was sort of hidden away, and if you missed it, you...
I don't think that was intentional.
No?
I think they just chucked a car in there and thought, actually, no one could be bothered to go down and open up for the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but because I don't know, it wasn't particularly staged, or it wasn't like it was a find. It was just there was a singer parked in there, but I don't know. But that little bit in the middle, that was kind of that seemed to be a bit.
Yeah, it's always the buzzy bit. Yeah,
so that was cool.
There's a lot.
James at Sports Purpose always has a good lot of cars there.
Yeah, good spread.
Yeah,
good spread.
Those 4964s in the different colours.
They were cool. Yeah,
yeah, it was nice.
Skittles.
Yeah.
But it's like that. I thought that little buzz. I thought you'd get that unit to unit as you walk around.
And you probably have before.
You did before.
Okay.
I mean, the first scrambles were just absolutely nutty, really. It was almost like disaster, really. It was just cars moving around all the time, parking on all the as many places as you could. There wasn't a bit of grass that wasn't parked on.
Yeah.
And there was everything from, I remember sort of walking along a line of cars, and you've got a lovely Porsche, you've got a nice Ferrari, then you've got a crazy Citroen X, what's the big, not the DS, the later ones, XMs or something like that, a convertible one with a bloody surfboard hanging out the back of it.
Awesome, yeah.
And he just there was some mad shit just around every corner.
Yeah.
And so much of it had a real buzz. So that's not back yet, unfortunately, but hopefully it will do.
The middle bit felt very, like you said, a bit overly corporate curated. It was felt like people have been given sort of a golden ticket to park in the middle.
Yeah. A bit. Look at my fucking red trousers, brigade.
Yeah, love that. That's exactly what it is as well. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and they need to tone that down a bit, I think.
Yeah.
It would just there were some more interesting cars in the car park.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that kind of, I don't know how you pull it in back together, but if you dumped all the car park cars, and you could have done in the main bit.
Yeah, they could have all got anything that was interesting that they'd moved out onto the sort of nearer where we were parked.
Yeah.
If they put all of that in the middle, it would have been absolutely cracking.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere. It was just a bit dead inside.
I think there's a weird divide, but I think it's a work in progress with the new rules and stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
We went to Scramble on the Saturday. I have heard reliably from a few people that Sunday was a little bit better. I just think it's probably the better day to go to an event like that anyway.
Yeah.
But it was great to be out and about again and to see so many awesome faces, including some great people that listen to this pod. So thanks for coming up, having a chat and sharing your feedback. We appreciate that.
It's quite interesting. I think we had an approach with somebody on the Sunday who kind of pointed out that there's a lot of people that they know everything about us, yet we know nothing about them. Because obviously, we talk quite openly about our views and what we like, what we don't like, stuff that happens, and stuff we get up to. But it's quite a one-way track. So actually, people come and chat to you, and it's like they know everything about you, and it's a kind of an unusual.
Yeah, it is.
feeling. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. So this Sunday was at Simply Porsche because you guys went to that, didn't you?
Did, yeah. So I think you went early doors, and I literally jumped in the car last minute, and didn't even wash the car, just drove up there and parked in the field. But it was nice to go up and have a look. It was a good turnout. I think Simply Porsche, one of those. There's always a good turnout. There's always a nice crowd of people. The lineup of cars is always a little bit vanilla.
Yeah, a little bit dry. For my liking, not
enough rainbows going on.
Yeah, my car did look like
your car's all the colour basically in that car park.
It was in a car park of sea of just greys and blacks and blues, and that was it. So
it was a bit of a beacon, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, sorry guys.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
But no, I think it's good. I think it'd be nice if Simply Porsche, could attract maybe a bit more of an air-cooled crowd. Yeah, just to make up the numbers.
Yeah.
It was definitely, I think, percentage-wise, it was definitely strong on the water-cooled stuff.
Yeah. So it's a call to arms for next year then. Let's be having you, as Delia Smith would say, for the water-cooled cars.
Definitely.
Yeah. We had a bit of a fun game, actually, didn't we? A couple of the guys came up with a little idea. So we've got a little sort of WhatsApp group between quite a few of us in the Dorset area.
The Fruit Stick.
And
was it the Fruit Stick group?
That's it.
Fruit Stick
groupie.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Mike and Paul came up with the idea of shag, marry or avoid.
Okay, yeah.
So I put out a little WhatsApp saying, you've got to have a look around the car park and come up with which cars fit those categories. Which was really good actually. It sort of added something to the show, didn't it?
What was quite funny is there was obviously a couple of people that just didn't quite get it, so it had to be explained, and that amused me somewhat. Where it was kind of this whole so that's what, then once people sort of got it, I think they started to get it. But it was interesting.
So for the listeners at home and a little bit of me, how do you play this game then?
So you got to pick.
Here we go. He's exactly one of those people.
Say, you
What?
Yeah, shag, marry, avoid with cars.
What?
So you had to basically you had to pick 3 cars
from the show.
From the show,
Well,
it had
obviously
to
on
be
Sunday
there.
it was from the show.
Yeah.
I think we should have a little punt tonight on maybe cars we could conjure
right.
up and have a think about.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we're going to include Andy's in the list or not. Joking. But so anyway, snog, marry, avoid. Exactly that. So a snog is your kind of your quick bunk up on a Friday night.
Get away for the weekend.
Yeah, you'd quite happily you'd have it for the weekend, but you wouldn't want it every day.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you winking at me, Andy? What? Who's that under the table?
It's that pink shirt you got on.
Yeah.
It's not pink,
And
it's
his
salmon. It's ruby stone, actually. Yeah, it's the cool version. Right, so that's the
And
weekend.
then obviously marry, something you got to live with for
And this is
sustained
forever.
bit of time.
Forever.
This is your one car forever.
Yeah.
Flag to the
Actually,
mast.
You're monogamous. Is it monogamous? Is that right?
Oh, I don't know. It sounds good. They will go with it.
You wouldn't know anyway.
No.
We'll just make it out.
Yeah.
So you got your everyday marry, and then avoid is like
If someone offered it to you,
you wouldn't go near
you
it.
wouldn't take
Wouldn't
the
even,
keys.
wouldn't even put your bum in it.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like this game. This is good. So what are we gonna do it now for like?
What was yours at the show? I think we should not do the avoid one. I think that would be rude.
I don't.
As in the public.
No, I think if they're out there, I think they should come and explain themselves.
Okay, all right then.
We've got one here.
Yeah. I was surprised mine wasn't on the avoid.
You're being serious,
I was waiting for the pictures to come through.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Waiting
avoid.
for the banter. Yeah.
I think most people know that you're an admin on that group, so
Just get removed straight away.
wouldn't it?
Removed out of the fruit stick group, WhatsApp group.
so and so has been removed.
Yeah. It's like your preliminary question. Do you like this car? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Gone. Dust. Yeah. Probably a fair shout, I think, in the interests of kind of inclusivity and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not to mention Andy's car as the avoid.
Okay.
But so what were your two?
What?
Your choices for shag?
Well,
or
the sort of the shag weekend bit of fun. I think a boxer spider. I can't get away from them at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
That's a good call.
Yeah, agreed.
I just
But why wouldn't you marry it? Because it's just
you
not
want it every
practical.
day, would you?
Wouldn't want it every day.
I mean, they come with a piece of paper from Porsche to say that the roof leaks.
Okay.
Did you know with those cars, to do more than 125 mile an hour, you have to have the roof down?
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
That's an absolute fact.
Not that you'd obviously drive them that fast in the UK, Lee, obviously.
But track days. So if you do a track day, you've got to have your roof down.
Which means you...
It's not designed to do more than 125 mile an hour with the roof up.
There you go.
Okay.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
But I think definitely, I think boxer spider for a weekend.
Yeah. Solid choice, to be fair. Solid choice.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? What was your weekend flirt?
Well, the one that I really wanted to go for had left by the time I got around to taking my photo, so I missed out on that one. That was a red 964 Turbo.
Ooh, 3.3 or 3.6?
I think it was a 3.6.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was lovely. Like, it had a white interior, so...
You've only got to look at it for the weekend.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Wouldn't be too worried about the blue jeans thing, would you?
Yeah.
But the thing that I actually went water cooled in the end for my...
What, for your dirty flirty?
Dirty flirty, which was... it was 997.1 GT3 Club Sport.
997.1 G...
Well, GT. It said GT3 CS on the back.
Yeah.
And it had BBS E38s on it. And it was sat just perfectly, like a meteor grey.
Yeah.
Sort of quite subdued, but it just had everything looked right on it. It was such a nice car.
Spot
really
on.
liked that. So that would have been, I thought that would be quite fun for a weekend, but there's no way that you'd want to live with it because it would just be a bit too harsh. But yeah, that took me.
Cracking, yeah. And Andy Brooks in a water-cooled
I know.
911 bombshell. Yeah.
Well,
That's
I was
awesome.
at Simply Porsche. There's not much there. So.
Yeah, you're limited.
Choices
It's
were
basically
limited.
your car or Joe's car. That's it. Yeah. And then a 930 turbo with a 360 Challenge Stradale front or whatever it was. So,
God.
yeah.
Should we do the avoids?
Yeah, go on then, shall we?
Yeah. So, I mean, the avoid. I mean, my avoid was sad. Was yours the same?
It could well have been. Was it the
Mine was-
purple?
Oh, yours was the purple.
Yeah.
Okay, that needs explaining as well.
Yeah.
Christ. Okay.
What was yours?
Mine was the yellow bastardized turbo
Oh, yeah.
thing.
That was
Z-Max
parked next to
kit,
you
I
as
think.
well. It
Part
literally,
next to me,
amazing.
Z-Max. That's
I think
it.
it's Z-Max kit. I think it was.
because we were trying to work. We can't remember. I think it's. I mean, I think that is. You're right. I think that is the kit.
With those exhausts like coming out the side.
That's it. Like side exit exhaust on the rear bumper. This thing was jacked like.
Is that
it looked about 2
993
feet.
rear lights? I think.
I think is it based on a 993?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a 993
It was a turbo, wasn't it?
turbo of some description. That Z-Max kit, you're right.
Yeah.
But it was like it was riding so high. It was like I think I'll picture it somewhere.
I've seen that car before. I'm sure I've seen it down at Weymouth on the Porsche's on the prom.
Porsche's on the prom.
So
yeah.
I think it's probably a local car.
Is it? It didn't look. Obviously, it's got some sort of new body on it or some sort of kit, but I thought
It's
was
a
a bit
flat
older than
nose.
993.
I
I've seen the
think
pictures.
I think it's like a 930.
930. So I'm
It's
gonna
got like 993 rear lights.
Yeah,
as
it's
part
got
of
all
it.
sorts going on.
It's very yellow.
Yeah, it is very yellow. I'm not sure on that. I'm
No.
really not sure.
I
But
mean, it's banana yellow. There's just nothing right about it. But the front is the weird bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
It almost looks Ferrari at the front, doesn't
that's
it?
what
Like
I mean.
a
It's got
355
yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just odd.
Yeah.
It's kind of cross country Ferrari cross 993 turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blech.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was that one. So this is the one Andy's talking about, which was a Cayman of all things.
Yeah.
Now,
The purple.
I wonder whether I don't know. This might be a bit of Phil. So, we talk about wings and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wing on a wing.
That's
on
a
a
wing.
This is extreme.
Whoa.
I think, is that a 993 GT2 wing or a turbo wing or something like
Yes,
that?
It looks to be
Plus
a, yeah.
loads of
that's-
extra bits.
I think that's both of those two bolted on top of each other.
Yeah, it's multiple wings.
It's a bit of Cayman meets RWB with the bolt-on arches,
Yeah.
the GT2 wing with a wing on top. The back of the car with the quad exhaust is sort of like a Zonda but moved down or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me. What's that like two-seater Vauxhall that looks similar to like
Oh,
a
the
Lotus? VX, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of has got that sort of vibe.
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I got
Okay,
you.
fair enough. But I mean, it takes all sorts to make the world go round.
Yeah.
It does.
Fair choice.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'd say. What were your keepers then? The ones that you
Yeah, the
wanna
Maris.
The Mari.
run away with? Yeah.
See, mine was fairly dull and predictable. I was back to a GTS Targa.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Gen 1, obviously, 991.
Gen 1.
Nat aspect.
There was actually a lovely PTS one there that was almost a sort of sky baby blue type colour. Sounds horrendous. It was actually in the flesh. Looked
Suits
really,
you,
really good.
sir.
Hey, we can be in the same club. You put your stripes on it.
It might be. Was it like Golf Blue? Because there was like a Porsche exclusive run
It
of
might
like
be
10
Golf-
of them.
I think it's a little bit lighter than Golf Blue, maybe.
Okay.
It didn't look. It looked very. Yeah, I mean, it could well be Golf Blue.
More
But yeah,
babyish.
it was very baby bluish.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice. That was really nice. I had a bit of a thing. So obviously I like slightly odd colour cars, but that
Oh, minty.
Yeah.
Andy Minty.
GTS I thought was lovely.
Yeah.
Although interestingly, when you get up close to it, I sort of changed my mind. I thought I really, really like it, but wouldn't actually want to own it. All day I was looking at it across because you could see it like across the field. I was like, that's
Yeah.
right on my street. And then when I actually stood next to it, I was like, actually maybe it's not. That I mean, it sounds like we're just slating everyone's cars. That was a disappointing colour. I thought. I just thought it was a really. So that is what we're looking at there. Is that a
Sort of limey green.
74. I think, is that a 74 Carrera?
Is it Carrera?
It is, yeah, 74 Carrera. So that's got an RS engine in it.
Yeah.
RS underpinnings. It's an RS in all but name, although it doesn't have a lightened interior. Cool car, like, fairly rare.
Yeah.
I just thought that colour was a slightly odd choice on that. It kind of looked.
I think
is that
I
a
saw,
modern? Is it
I
a modern
think I saw
colour?
it and thought I liked it.
Yeah,
actually.
I think like knowing what that car is, I think that kind of goes quite well. Like today, that would be a GT3.
Yeah.
colour, and you kind of
Yeah.
go, okay. So like the ducktail, that is all factory. That's not modified. I think that's actually quite cool. I'm sure Ashgood sold that a couple of months back.
Okay.
Okay.
I vaguely remember seeing that.
Do you know what colour? It's a vibrant green.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
quintessential Kermit green.
Quite
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah.
But there's
Nice.
so that was all interesting stuff.
Yeah.
What was your marry? What was your long-term
Well, I
keeper?
finally picked, but I had a debate between two.
Okay.
And I thought that I'd actually lost one in the car park. I thought it'd gone already, so I couldn't get my picture because I had to have photo evidence of it. It wasn't just like it could be one of those.
Yeah.
So I first off went for a Carrera T, 991 Carrera T
Andy,
in silver.
You are not feeling well.
I
Another
know.
water cooled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if that was
In silver?
it was just in silver. It was the only Carrera T there, so there wasn't much choice. But I really feel that's got so much usability, that car.
Definitely.
You could put
You
any
could
colour
look-
stripes on a silver car.
Yeah, they'd look good. It's got everything about it. You could use it and not worry about it. You wouldn't worry that you're going to scrape it down the drive and all that sort of stuff. It's just very usable. Then the other car that I saw, which had a brilliant plate on it for what it was, and that was a GT3 Touring. Again, 991. It had no to wing on it, on the number plate. Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
No to wing. No,
That's cool.
it was N002
Yeah.
WNG. So
Right,
no
yeah,
to wing.
yeah.
So a lot of people wouldn't get it, but
Yeah.
a Porsche person would.
Yeah.
That was in like a really amazing dark grey.
Yeah.
Had just all the right bits on it.
That was lovely car.
lovely.
That's a compelling answer, I think, to the long-term keeper.
Yeah,
Touring,
the only
you
thing
know,
is it's a bit
marry.
angry at the front, the GT3 Touring, and I think you'd be wincing every time you went near a curb or a
Yeah,
driveway.
a lot of them come with axle lift.
Yeah, I think it probably did, but
Yeah.
yeah, that would be the thing that would put me off.
Yeah.
So I think I'd probably actually go for the Carrera T.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cracking choices all
So
round.
if you had to pick some cars off the top of your head,
Yeah. Good T-brake.
hey,
T-brake.
T-brake.
Or a bit of water brake or whatever.
Indeed.
Then we'll decide. I don't know.
Right, so should we go no halves barred, anything goes, the road to red line, shag, married, void?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not at a Porsche show and you don't have to pick. You've just got open book.
Yeah.
Anything you like.
Yeah.
I like this. And then to be fair as well, we'd like to hear these from listeners as well.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I reckon let's start with the easy one. It's got to be the shag, your weekend fun.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
I would go for a 964 RS 3.8
Oh.
because I was extremely fortunate to drive one of those the other day. There's 55 of them in the world. I've like barely even seen one before. And that thing was an absolute animal, like an absolute animal.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wouldn't want that every day for a variety of reasons. You wouldn't pop to the shops in it because of the value. It's got a massive wing on the back, which there's a practicality element, and also it's
Bigger than that. Cayman.
bigger than the Cayman that you saw at Simply Porsche. Yeah, and it's just, again, it's just like, and it was in bright yellow as well, and it basically just says, if you were to drive to the shops in that, it just says, I'm a knob, basically.
The stripes down the side as well.
No stripes, unfortunately, but yeah, that's absolutely the weekend car, I think, for me. What about you boys?
74 RSR.
Ooh,
There it is.
yeah,
Every time.
yeah,
3 litre.
every time.
Those
time.
just massive freaking tyres and wheels and
Yeah.
vents in the wings, and yeah, it's just
That's a bit
absolutely
of you.
amazing that.
Yeah, the
I've s-
sound as well in there.
Yeah, I've seen a few now, and every time I see one, I just fall in love. I just
Yeah.
think they're amazing.
Yeah, and actually, bit of trivia: the car noise at the start of our Road to Red line is that
It's-
car,
yeah,
essentially.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So a bit of trivia.
I reckon. Okay, well, I think we should add a category.
Okay,
I've decided. I think we should add a mistress.
A mistress. Okay.
bit on the side.
So, yeah, the bit on the side. So, yeah, you're sort of. It's not a marry, so it's not like it's not going to do the mundane day-to-day boring stuff, but it's a regular bit of fun.
It's a regular bit.
Because those two cars, I
Yeah.
think, are mistresses.
Yeah.
Because you'd want to have a go more than just once on a weekend, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's your
Yeah.
if that's your regular
good
bit
call.
of fun.
Yeah.
So I reckon those are
Yeah.
mistresses, and
So-
I reckon
Yeah. It's got to be an electric car then, 'cause it's good fun, but nobody needs to know. Yeah, cracking. I have to think about that.
What's your mistress then?
My weekend shag. I need to some point have a go and get out my system, but I would like to have a Lamborghini.
You'd suit one of them, Joe. You'd suit one.
Yeah.
A Lamborghini.
And I'm not. That's not a compliment. Yeah. What? Just like scratch the itch.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about
Which
them.
one would you go for? To be big and brash, or would you go?
I don't know. I like the little one, the
Giardos.
hurricane thing.
Oh, the hurricane.
I think they're quite cool.
Is that little? I don't know. I
That's
don't know
the
my
little
Lamborghinis.
one. And what's the really big one? Aventador, which I think is like the big. But then I don't know. You turn the clock back a bit. The old, like a Diablo or something. It's like mega. I think that's like super cool. So yeah, I'm not really too fussed, to be honest. I don't really know. I just about know one end from the other.
Yeah.
Don't think I can spell it.
Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, quite a few years ago, I made a deal with our middle son that if he could learn and he was quite young at the time, learn and remember how to spell Lamborghini reliably, I think I had to part with a tenner. I lost.
Fantastic.
But he now can reliably spell Lamborghini.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that'd be mine. I feel like there's there's something in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? Or have you done yours?
I've done my mistress. Yeah, that was 74 RSR.
The 74 RSR, yes.
Yeah.
Have you not got? Is there not a car that you just think I'd love to have one for a weekend?
Just the weekend.
Just a
That is it.
weekend and give it back.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
I would say a F40, but like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure I'd want to give it back. I just think it is genuinely the most beautiful car, and I know
Yeah.
it's completely flawed and all of the rest of it, but I just,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I was given it for the weekend. I think I'd be content with not driving it,
Just looking
and just
at it.
standing there
Look at it.
and looking at the bloody
Yeah.
thing. And I mean that. I really do.
Yeah. They are pretty.
What we've
epic,
discovered
aren't
is that Lee clearly would like to have a few mistresses in his life. Stack them up.
Yeah. No comment.
I think I might be with you on the F40.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the one you just allowed it for the one weekend.
We'll share it.
Yeah.
Shotgun first. No sloppy seconds in this house, mate. Yeah. Quality. Okay. So moving on.
Avoid.
No, we've got. Oh, hang on. Have we done the marry?
No, okay.
As in
No.
the reliable steed.
The one to get you through life.
The one to get you
one
through
to
life.
stick
Why do
with
you
you.
sound so drab when you say that? Staring,
No, not at all.
nonchalantly out the window.
I'm thinking lovingly.
Yeah. She
What
don't
would I
listen
go
to this,
for?
Andy.
Thankfully.
You're safe.
Hopefully, yeah. Who's going first? I'm not actually sure.
I'm ready.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I'll always come back to it as the singer. Singer classic.
Car for life.
Yeah, car for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd quite happily put surfboards on top of that, take down the shops,
Yeah. Proper.
drive it
use
to
it
work
for
every day,
everything.
just
Yeah.
do everything with that.
Yeah.
Could live life in that, no trouble.
Yeah.
I'd love to put a couple of 100,000 miles on that as a daily. That would just be, and fuck the value.
Yeah,
Just drive
yeah.
it, just enjoy it. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And do you know what? I actually think you could probably do that with that car as
Yeah.
well, where you're talking about like the surfboards and stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody ever will, unless it's for like a PR picture. You know,
If
they won't
I-
actually,
If I make it big, I'll do it.
really actually, yeah, absolutely awesome.
Not if, Andy, when.
Yeah,
When.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Is there such a thing as a high mileage singer? Is there anyone out there that's
Don't know. Another one. The Brooklyn Commission has just popped up, isn't it, on collecting
Oh, I saw that,
cars?
yeah.
how many miles has that done?
I've no idea.
Don't know. It's got nice looking car, that. Different with a lighter green and then like a purpley interior.
Yeah.
But much more interesting than that white Newcastle one that came up.
Yeah,
Didn't,
definitely, definitely.
Didn't Ed Levitt, didn't he say that he dailied his singer for a bit?
I think he put quite a few miles
And he
on
said
it. Yeah.
okay.
I think he drove that quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the highest mileage one, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
could well be.
it'd be interesting to know if anyone's actually put some proper miles on one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's me
Yeah.
done.
Okay, so that's such a great shout. I'd be inclined to jump in with that, but we can't share everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Especially wives.
Yeah. God.
Shall I leave you two to it?
Yeah.
It's a pod for two tonight. I'd be tempted with an R, you know.
An 11R.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another cracking shout. Yeah.
I think, if you're going a little bit, if it's every day, like I think
You could
yeah.
get away with that. Do you know what I mean? Like you could park that in a car park, and someone
No one
might
would
not
have a clue.
what that is. You know.
I think the majority of people wouldn't.
Yeah, and like
know
the clutch is fine on it. I'm thinking the practicalities on it. You know. So yeah.
But don't get me wrong. I think single would be a far more special daily hack.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got to pick something different, I think the R would be lovely.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would go.
I know what you're going to go for.
Do actually go on then. If
No.
Okay,
Fine.
I'm going to say.
But I'll just say, told you so. If you do, I know what you are going.
959.
Oh no, I got it wrong.
What were you going to say?
I thought it was going to be a roof of some sort.
Okay, it's not a bad shout. To be fair, it's not a bad shout, but that's extremely loud inside.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I was going to go proper vanilla. If you a nice, reliable steed to put up with, endure for the rest of your life. It's a warped view of marriage, but I would say it's like 991 Turbo S.
Really seriously digging holes here.
Yeah, it's fine. She don't listen. And she never will.
Yeah.
Well, no, 959. It's the Turbo S, but from the 80s, and it's absolutely awesome. And similarly to you, where you're saying like a car to live with, although you can't put a roof rack on a 959. But just a car. I mean, it's just awesome, isn't it? And you jump out every day and you go, that's a 959. And that was a very good Waitrose run, or whatever.
That's very true.
Yeah, right. So what was the other? Oh, the Avoid as well. Oh, fantastic.
What would you run a mile from?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm going really broad.
Yeah.
Have we had yours?
No. What?
You're reliable.
Have we had your
it's a good
married?
point.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And we've had your mistress. Oh yeah, Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Happy with those?
Yeah. All right. You're right. Okay. Go on then. Avoid.
What's the Avoid?
Sorry, I took the sail out of your
You
wind.
did?
Yeah.
Completely.
Oh, no, the wind out your sails.
Wind out my sails. I'm going to go really broad, and I challenge anybody to find a car that doesn't fit this. Anything with more than 5 seats.
What do you mean? Say that again?
Every 7-seater minibus people
for you,
mover.
right, okay.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
anything with
Land
more than
Rover
5 seats.
Discovery 4.
Exactly.
Avoid.
Really straight in, yeah.
I don't think there is a car that you could live with, as somebody that actually likes cars, that's got more than 5 seats.
Good point. I'm trying to. I really want to think of something that kind of goes against that.
I can think of loads of little, old SUVs that are quite cool.
Really?
Yeah, like big old FJs. Got more than 5 seats. They're good fun.
It's a bit niche.
Yeah. All right then, you can have that one. Yeah.
It's not happy. Yeah. Technical fault. Yeah.
Come on then, let's hear yours then.
So you basically, if someone offered you the keys to any car with more than 5 seats, you wouldn't even look at it.
I genuinely feel sorry for people when they have too many children.
Cracky, yeah, right.
I just think, life's over. Like, you pretty much need to drive a minibus.
Fantastic. I tell you what, with your bloody, you pushing for a bit on the side all the time, you might need a minibus after a while. Okay, yeah, not bad. Andy?
Avoid. I don't know. I've got pretty bad choices in cars over the years.
You've got a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
Go on.
There are all sorts of things that I've liked and nobody else does. You have to come back to me. Have you got one, Lee? Or do you need the thinking space as well?
I've absolutely got one. Like, literally, even thinking about the car makes me shake with anger. Makes me shake with anger.
What is it?
It is a Lamborghini. It's a Lamborghini. What one do you think it is?
I'm
sure you've got it. Go on.
The Urus.
Yes.
Oh.
The Lamborghini. Can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
Urus. A good friend of mine, Vicky, who's very much on the straight and narrow in life, she will never, ever, rightly so, say the C-bomb.
Yeah.
So if she needs to refer to somebody in that manner, she calls them a Nigel.
Okay.
And it is my firm belief, and I will fight anybody to the death on this who thinks otherwise, it is my firm belief that anybody who drives a Lamborghini Urus is an utter utter Nigel. And it is merely a shell around them that signifies to everybody else their premium Nigel qualities. So, big time, yeah. And I am passionate about that.
Do they have 7 seats?
Yeah, go on, Andy. What's your Nigel motor?
What's my Nigel motor?
I feel like Nigel's going to be on this pod a bit more from now on.
Yeah. Or you can just call someone an Urus and they will instantly know what you mean. So,
I really can't think. I might have to come back to you on that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You're just so all-inclusive, Andy.
Awesome. So we've covered the events that we've been to this weekend.
We have.
That digressed into Shag Marry Avoid, which is an excellent game.
Yeah, I think we should play that at every show we go to.
Every show we go to. That's a good shout.
Good.
And put it up via our Instagram page. And to be fair, the Shag Marry Avoid theme for cars, generally, it would be good to hear what listeners'
Definitely
choices are.
And if you want to throw your mistress into the mix.
Yeah, put the mistress in. Obviously direct message, don't put that in public. Yeah. But 100% share that with us, and we'll put some decent ones on future episodes. So that was previous events. In terms of future events coming up, we do have our own.
We do.
We've mentioned the
3
date
and a bit
before.
weeks' time, I think.
Yeah.
Is it really? So it's coming up.
3rd of July.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. A few spaces left, so get your registration in.
Can we divulge what the name of it is?
We've released that already.
But what, via the pod?
Yeah, by the pod.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'll get out.
It is the red carpet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all right. It's no problem.
Yeah.
I know it's been a secret for so long. You've forgotten that.
It's possibly.
when are we allowed
Well, it
to
wasn't a
put out?
secret. We just hadn't named it yet.
That's the best kept secret in the automotive industry. So the road to red carpet is
The red carpet.
the red carpet. So there's no road to it. It's
No,
just
the
So there's a red
carpet.
carpet.
You can call it the red carpet if you want.
The road
That's
to red
okay.
carpet.
I'll let you have that.
Okay.
Okay.
God, we're doing well here.
Oh yeah,
God, righty me. So it's called the,
red carpet.
Red carpet.
and it's on the
3rd of July. 9 a.m. start.
9 a.m.
Yep.
Bit early.
Yeah. 9 a.m.
He only
Alright.
sees 9 once a day.
That's my line.
Yeah. And then it's at Carnatter in Northamptonshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weedon
Weedon.
is the location.
And
The building's quite cool, isn't it?
yeah. So we'll have some parking indoors, then we've got some parking outdoors, but it will be proper scramble, going back to our chat at the top of the pod. So it won't be all the superstars indoors, because all the cars are superstars as per what we stand for on this pod. So we'll decide all of that on the day, but tickets are free.
Correct.
Yep.
All we ask is that if you do go ahead and purchase a ticket for free, that you do honour it. And if you don't intend to come for whatever reason in the run up to,
Please cancel it.
yeah, relinquish your ticket and give it to someone else. Kind of deciding on the morning you'd not like to go.
Without mentioning the C word, obviously we need to be
yeah, what, Nigel?
mindful.
Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel.
Yeah. Don't be a Nigel, basically.
Correct.
Don't decide on the morning it's not for me.
Just because we have to moderate numbers to some degree, don't we?
Yeah, due to COVID. So please be as helpful as you can, and if you do select a ticket, make sure you come along. We'd love to see you and get everybody involved. We can have 80 cars, is that right?
Yeah, thereabouts. I think we're looking circa 80.
Awesome.
At the moment.
Yeah. So it'd be a great.
Sorry, I got the time wrong. I put 9:30 on the ticket.
I thought it was 9:30. I didn't want to call you out.
9:30.
'Cause
9:30.
Andy's never normally wrong. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm always wrong.
9:30 till midday. It'd be a great chance to meet a lot of people who've appeared on the podcast previously.
Indeed.
Guests and panelists.
Yep.
There'll be an awesome mix of cars there.
And I think from circa midday, we're going to do a live pod, which obviously people are welcome to stay on and take part in.
and
aren't
take
they?
part in
Yeah,
actively,
absolutely.
yeah. So that's going to be awesome. There's going to be all sorts going on then.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a neat little event. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be nice and inclusive. Everybody should be able to meet each other and get chatting and
Yeah.
get to know everybody.
There'll be coffee and there'll be some sort of food.
Foodage there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll firm that up. But yeah, it's going to be some sort of
tickets
thing.
are via Eventbrite.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
indeed.
Go on to our, probably easiest way is to go onto our Instagram page and then go to the link in the bio. And then there's a link there to the Eventbrite website.
Excellent.
So easy to register.
Absolutely excellent. Can't wait,
Indeed.
boys. Can't wait to get everybody else there as well.
Yeah.
And then after that, we've got a lineup organised at Silverstone Classic.
Yeah.
So that would be a nice sort of follow-on for anybody that fancies joining. Again, there's a code that you pop in when you buy your tickets. You buy a regular day pass for the Saturday the 30th, and you pop the code in. Again, it's on our Instagram, and that will give you access to go to the infield club stand area where we've got a nice little lineup. So it gets you a bit closer to the action, and we'll get to part together.
Awesome. And we are again going to do a live podcast there, and we would like people that attend on our stand to take part.
Yeah, if they'd like to. Yes, please.
Yeah, not compulsory.
No.
But frowned upon if not.
Don't be a Nigel.
Awesome. Absolutely.
It's going to stick. And it really is.
Yeah. Do you know, when I put those Michelins on my car last week, somebody messaged me and said, didn't fancy giving the Fred Steins a go. I thought that's fantastic. Throwback to Series 2 or whatever, Yeah, the Fred Steins name has stuck. Excellent.
We should at some point follow up on Fred Steins, because one of our listeners had a free set of Fred Steins, didn't they?
Yeah.
So,
I drive them every day on my daily.
Do you?
Yep. Well, they're on both of our dailies.
Well, that's who won them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I've got them on the Audi A2, and they're on Sarah's XC40 as well.
Awesome.
Absolutely awesome tires.
Yeah, okay.
That's good to hear. But yeah, it'd be interesting to have an update from the winner from Series 2.
Definitely.
I'll tell you what I should do is, if there's a rainy night, we should go out in my A2 and I'll take you around some corners in it.
Really? Yeah. Faster than Joe's
night.
GR last
it'll
episode.
Whip the shit out of
Really?
that thing,
Yeah.
honestly.
Wicked. I love it. We got some Fast and Furious
Yeah,
around
handbag
Paul in
talk.
Dorset. I love it. Yeah.
It just sticks and sticks.
Yeah, nice. Okay. 100%. Let's do that.
Good.
Very much up for that.
All right. Should I do a quick Patreon?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Patreon update.
Definitely.
It's I'm not sure. I think you said one particular person hadn't heard themselves, so
We're going to do a Patreon
there.
Starlight Spotlight episode section, aren't we?
Yeah,
For one person only.
one. Yeah. So
Big shout out to
Carl Fortune.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've done a shout out already, but we'll go for it because he says he hasn't heard it. So yeah, Carl Fortune, who is a writer, isn't he, for magazines and stuff?
He is, yeah, very much so.
Does that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, Carl.
So kindly supporting us. So that's happy days.
Indeed.
Excellent. Then I'll just go up the list of other people since then. Phil Roebuck, thank you very much. I'm afraid I haven't got the details in front of me of exactly where you are or what car you drive. So it's just going to be a roll call on names today. Mark Willis, Lee Albright, Dennis McGill, Lee Kennedy, Graham Pointer, Rory Williams, Dean Clark, and Steve Rayner.
Lovely.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much indeed. Do we know what cars we've got in the stable there?
I could go into details, but I haven't got them in front of me. So
Yeah, okay.
it'll be another day.
Nice.
Another day.
Sorry.
Nice,
Guys.
nice. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see some of them at our little event on the 3rd.
Indeed, yeah. Come up and say hello.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, obviously, I knowing Kyle as I do through T911 and whatnot, he used to be a 993 Carrera owner.
He did, yeah.
Actually, Andy, so
Yeah.
it's one of you. But he's got a 1.9 205 GTI, which that's just proper job, isn't it? And that's like the quintessential. I think outside of a Mark 1 Golf GTI, that's kind of like quintessential like hatchback for me, like fast hatchback, you know.
There's a guy on my little industrial estate where my office is. He has just bought a little 106 Raleigh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's in that blue, that sort of mid blue with the little stripes up the side of it. It's caged. It's had quite a bit of work sort of pepped up a little bit.
Cool
it's
car.
a wicked little car.
Yeah.
So want to ride in that.
I think that's great fun to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the French hatch. This is kind of probably a subject for another day. Maybe we'll get Kyle on to discuss this. So, to my mind, started with the 205 GTI.
Yeah.
But then I think if you go back every generation, you can kind of assimilate to a hot hatch of some description from France. These days, nothing.
No,
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's like
true.
the last
Yeah.
bastion of the French hot hatch was probably the Saxo VTS.
206, just that was sort of
similar sort of
losing
era,
it, wasn't
but
it?
to my mind, the Saxo VTS and VTR, the 8
Yeah.
valve, were kind of more.
Boy,
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, I
Very Essex, wasn't it?
wouldn't say legendary, but like it was absolutely the car to have. You know?
yeah.
The 206. I'm not sure, but there's nothing now. That entire legacy has just been kind of swiped out.
When I learnt to drive, there was a driving instructor that ran a Saxo VTR as the learner car.
Proper job.
I bet he got a lot of 18,
I reckon he did quite well out of that.
Yeah.
And I remember being, because that back then that was like one of those cars that everyone sort of dreamt of. Lots of people had like boggy standard Saxos and tried to buoy them up. But the real deal, obviously VTR. And that's what he ran as the learner car.
That's awesome.
Bit better than a Beetle dressed with Herbie stickers.
Well, exactly. There's just you remind me of a little throwback.
Yeah, let's investigate that more in another pod. The legacy of the French hatch, because I think we've accidentally started something there.
Yeah.
But definitely worth catching up on. So, for now though, from events and from Shag, Marry, Avoid,
and
HQ
Nigel.
and Nigel, from Jolie, Andy, and Nigel. Goodbye for now.
Good evening.
Good night.
You've been listening to Road to Redline, the #1 Porsche and car podcast fueled by our generous Patreons. If you'd like to join in supporting the podcast, please see patreon.com/Road to Redline and find us on Instagram.